Hi friends, today in this video I will tell you what is thermal stress, what is coefficient of thermal expansion, and also I will explain how thermal stress is induced in a material due to temperature difference. So by definition, the stress induced in any material due to temperature difference is called thermal stress. That means the stress induced in any material because of rise in temperature or fall in temperature, that is called thermal stress. Although the stress will not induce in any material if it will be heated or cooled freely. If there will be some restriction, then only stress will induce in material, and that stress will be called as thermal stress. I will tell you about that. So by general, what is to happen whenever we used to heat any material, because of the rise in temperature, the molecules, they used to expand, and because of the expansion, the length of the bar used to increase, and in case of decrease in temperature, the molecules of the material contracts, so that the length of the bar or any material which is cooled, its length also reduces. But simply heating or cooling will not induce any type of stress in a material. But it has been seen due to expansion or contraction, the length increases or decreases, and that change in length is directly proportional to the temperature difference. If the temperature will be high, the change in temperature is high, then the change in length also will be more. That means directly delta L will be proportional to dt. So the change in length of any bar of length L due to heating can be calculated from the equation delta L is equal to alpha into L into dt, where alpha is the coefficient of thermal expansion and its unit is per centigrade. L is the length of a bar, dt is the change in temperature. Now, what is coefficient of thermal expansion? Because whenever we will go for solving any problems on thermal stress, we need coefficient of thermal expansion of that material. Now, let us understand what is coefficient of thermal expansion. So, coefficient of thermal expansion for all materials, as it is a physical property, it is different for different materials. For steel, its value is something. For aluminium, it will have a different value. If you take some plastic material, its thermal coefficient will be different. To find out what is coefficient of thermal expansion, you can do a test. You can take actually 1 meter length of any material. That may be 1 meter, 1 millimeter, or 1 centimeter, and you have to rise the temperature by only 1 degree centigrade. So for any material of unit length, whatever be the change in length due to rise in temperature only by 1 degree centigrade is called coefficient of thermal expansion, and it is denoted as alpha. So alpha is the change in length of any material of unit length due to rise in temperature only by 1 degree centigrade. So L is equal to unit, that may be 1 mm, 1 cm, or 1 meter, and the change in temperature dt will be only 1 degree centigrade or 1 degree Kelvin. Its unit is per centigrade, but very special note, before going for actual thermal stress, let us keep in mind always, whenever a material will be heated or cooled freely, then the material will be elongated or contracted, but there will be no stress will induce in the material. Stress is equal to 0. Your length will increase because of heating, your length will decrease because of cooling, but the stress induced in material will be 0 if you are heating or cooling a material freely without any constraints. So the free expansion of a bar due to heating. So this diagram, in this diagram, we have taken a bar. That bar is fixed at one end, the other end is free. That means whenever I heat this material, you will heat by some rise in temperature, maybe 80 degrees centigrade. Then what will happen? The molecules will expand so that this end point, free end point B, will move forward up to B dash, which is your delta L. If a material will be expanded freely due to heating, no stress will induce in the material. That means in this case, what will happen, although no expansion is possible on the fixed hand side, the molecules are free to move on the right hand side. If the molecules are free to move, then automatically they will not be under any type of stress, no strain, no force is acting. If no force is acting, automatically there will be no stress. But the general property of any material, what is to happen once you rise the temperature, those molecules, they will be very excited and they will start expanding. Or they will expand and you are keeping free on one side, automatically no force will act. That's why no stress will induce in the material. So now how thermal stress will induce? How stress will induce in a material because of heating or cooling? That we'll explain in these diagrams. So on the left hand side, the diagram what you are watching, it is a fixed bar. That means there is a bar, it is fixed on left hand side as well as on right hand side. A, B on both sides, actually the material is now fixed. Then what you are doing, you are raising the temperature by 80 degrees centigrade. When you rise the temperature of this material by 80 degrees centigrade, then what will happen? The molecules, for that bar, they will try to expand. So suppose that material, that bar do not have, assume that do not have the fixed surfaces. If at A and B there is no fixed surface, then on that case the bar is free to expand on both sides. So on the left hand side it can go up to A dash, on right hand side it can go up to B dash. Free expansion can happen, but no stress will induce. Now in the reality, actually in this case the bar is fixed on both sides. Since it is fixed on both sides, when the molecules of the bar are trying to expand themselves, they want to go outside of the fixed surfaces on left hand side as well as right hand side. But the fixed surfaces, they will not allow the expansion of the material. So as a result, what will happen? That fixed surfaces, they will apply a compressive force on the material. So because of heating, the molecules are very much excited. They want to go out beyond the fixed surfaces, but those fixed surfaces will not allow the expansion of the material. So a compressive force will act on the material. Once a compressive force will act on the material, then the stress which will induce in that material will be a compressive stress, because we know force divided by cross-sectional area will give you the stress. So in this case, when a bar is fixed on both sides and you are heating, then we are preventing the expansion on both sides. Then on that case, the stress induced in the material will be a compressive stress. In case of cooling, reverse things will happen. Now again, we have taken a bar which is fixed on both sides. Now the temperature has been dropped by 80 degrees centigrade. When the temperature drops by 80 degrees centigrade, then what will happen? The molecules of this bar, they will contract. That means your original length, which was A, B, now A will come inside up to A dash, B will come inside up to B dash, if fixed surfaces are not there. But because of the fixed surfaces on both sides, they will not allow the contraction of the material when the temperature has been dropped by 80 degrees centigrade. As a result, those molecules of the bar will be subjected to a tensile force. That means the tensile force will be applied by the fixed surfaces. They will try to pull so that actually the contraction will not be possible. As a result, the stress which will induce in the material because of cooling will be a compressive stress. So in case of heating, if both sides of this bar is fixed, then on that case, the stress induced in the material will be a compressive stress. And in case of cooling, if both sides or both ends of the bar is fixed, then the stress induced in the material will be a tensile stress. So this is the explanation how thermal stress induced in a material. Due to increase in temperature, the length of the bar will try to increase, but the fixed surfaces on both ends will not allow the expansion by applying a compressive force. So the stress induced in the material will be a compressive stress. As I told on the other diagram, if the temperature of the bar will decrease, then the molecules will try to contract, but the fixed surfaces at both ends will not allow the contraction, and a tensile force act on the bar. As a result, the stress induced in the material will be a tensile stress. So this is how that stress induced in a material because of temperature difference. Simply a material will be heated or cooled, then on that case there will be no stress. A material will be heated or cooled with restrictions at both ends, then only stress will induce in the material, and that stress is called thermal stress. So to solve problems on thermal stress, these are the formulas to be used to find out the free expansion or free elongation or free contraction of the bar. You can find out delta L is equal to alpha L into dt. Strain is equal to epsilon, that is equal to delta L by L. So alpha L into dt divided by L. So L will get cancelled. The result will be only alpha into dt. Now to find out stress, sigma is equal to strain into Young's modulus. So strain is alpha into dt, multiply with Young's modulus E, that will give you stress. Then to find out how much force, whether that is a tensile force or compressive force, based on your actually temperature is rising or falling, the force you can find out actually from the again general concept, sigma into area, stress into area will give you the force, and force is equal to alpha into dt into area